Hi, welcome to Small Talk, small conversations with huge impact. In this episode, I will be talking about 5 things that you can learn when you hit rock bottom. If you like this podcast and you have any comments, suggestions, or whatever, you can tweet me at Ginoong Alec or reach me through my Instagram at AWFCuenca. Make sure to follow the official Instagram page of this podcast at Small Talk Podcast for more inspirational and motivational content. I hope you like this episode. Enjoy! Five things you can learn when you hit rock bottom. Okay, before we go into these 5 lessons, disclaimer lang. These are the lessons that I personally learned when I was experiencing a dark moment in my life. But I want to put it out there that if you're experiencing something, if you're thinking that you're in a rock bottom, you're in your rock bottom, well, you won't see these lessons. You won't get the whole point. Kasi I remember when I was in that place, I kept asking, what's the point? Why me? Why is this happening to my life? Bakit ako? Ano yung nangyayari? Hindi ko maintindihan. Lord, paintindi mo naman sa akin. I kept saying all these phrases. But I never really got the answers to the questions that I was asking while I was in the rock bottom. It took me a year, 2 years para maintindihan ko ano talaga yung mga nangyayari sa buhay ko. That's why I'm putting it out here that if you're experiencing something, all you gotta do is take one day at a time. Because I know this sounds cliche, but cliches are cliche for a reason. And that reason is because they're probably true. It will get better. And eventually, time will let you heal. And you will eventually learn why is it happening to you, why everything is happening to you at that particular moment. It will take time. So if you just take one day at a time, you'll probably get there. That's all I'm saying. I'm just putting it out there. It's not gonna be easy. It's never gonna be easy, but you will get stronger if you just take it day by day. Kaya man. Hopefully, this is something you can look forward to. These 5 things that you can learn when you hit rock bottom can be an indicator for you that you are growing. Pag naramdaman mo to or na-experience mo to or na-feel mo na to, you can probably take it as an indicator that you are bettering yourself. You're getting to the better version of yourself. You are improving day by day. You are changing day by day for the better, for the good. And eventually, you'll get there where you want to be and what version of yourself you want to become. So yun lang. If you feel that you are in your rock bottom, just keep going. I swear it gets better. Okay, so I know you're all excited because I am. This is very much personal for me, and I really want to share this with you guys kasi alam ko a lot of people will get a lot of value out of this. So, tara, ayun na. Let's go start. These are the 5 things that you can learn when you hit rock bottom. Okay, number 1. Number 1 is I put too much pressure on myself. And I mean too much excess pressure on myself. When we grow up, we live in a society where the people around us, especially from our parents, have a certain expectations for us, right? And sama mo pa dito, siyempre pag Filipino ka, hindi lang naman parents ang nagsasalita sa'yo eh. Diba? Maririnig mo rin yung opinions ng mga tita mo, maririnig mo rin yung opinions ng mga kamag-anak mo, ng mga pinsan mo. And you'll eventually succumb to the standards that they have in life. So you grow up, you get to college or high school and whatever, and then they have this certain expectation from you, right? And then when you hit rock bottom, that's when you think you failed, right? That's when you feel that you failed. And weirdly, maririnig mo yung boses ng mga tao, ng opinion, yung maririnig mo yung mga opinion ng ibang tao na nakakadagdag sa lungkot mo, sa pagka-down mo. When you're in your rock bottom, you'll suddenly feel overwhelmed because you then feel so much pressure from the people around you, from the opinion of the people that are close to you, that you love. But what I learned after that, when I hit rock bottom, is that the pressure doesn't exactly come from the outside sources. Fine, they're speaking a lot of shit, they're talking a lot of talk, right? But I learned that people will always say something. Regardless if you do good or if you do bad, people will always say shit. Kahit anong gawin mo, they're always gonna say something about it. They're always gonna talk about it. And you can't do anything about it. But what you can do is filter anything that comes from the external sources into yourself. I realized that I put so much excess pressure on myself kasi hindi pala sa labas nang gagaling. Hinahayaan ko kasing pumasok yung mga sinasabi nila sa akin na penetrate kasi ako. Tapos pag na-penetrate ako, pasok dito and mararamdaman ko yung pressure na ako lang pala yung nagbibigay. Na ako lang pala yung nagdadagdag sa sarili ko. Wala naman pala silang sinasabi. Wala naman pala silang, hindi naman nila directly na sinabi. Pero I'm gonna formulate na, ay, ito isipin niyan, ito gagawin niyan, ito sasabihin niyan. Nag-formulate na ako eh. So eventually, yung mga standards nila, pumapasok na sa akin, nakapasok na sa akin, and it fucks me right up here. I can still remember vividly kung ano yung takot ko, ano yung hiya ko na nararamdaman when I hear those voices in my head na wala naman pala. Doon ko naintindihan na yung pressure na nanggagaling doon ay ako lang ang nag-impose. So, nung natutunan ko yun na, what the fuck? Bakit ang bigat-bigat ng tingin ko sa sarili ko? Bakit ang laki ng pressure na nasa sarili ko? And I became depressed, and I had suicidal thoughts. And this is all just because I put too much fucking pressure on myself. So, you know what? I learned na it doesn't need to be like that. It doesn't have to be like that. So, I removed the pressure. You know what? I'm being too hard on myself. I told myself na, if you want to grow, if you want to improve, if you want to change, you gotta remove that excess pressure. The world is already fucked up. The world is already hard. So you don't gotta make it harder. You gotta stop making it harder. Yun lang talaga yan. Yan. Sorry, I got fired up. Unang pa lang yan. Anyways. Okay, number 2 is the second lesson that I've learned when I hit rock bottom is I have nothing to lose. You can probably learn this too. You have nothing to lose. When you're in your rock bottom, yun yung feeling mo kasi walang-wala na eh. Walang-wala ka na. Walang-wala na yung worth mo. Pero pag when you're on your way, bouncing back, pag balik ka na sa taas, you understand, you'll still remember the feeling of when you feel like you're nothing. It humbles you down, but when you feel nothing, you merong nagsasabi sa utak mo na you have nothing to lose. In return, you take more risks, you become more adventurous, you become more you are more welcome to the world's spontaneous invites and yung mga spontaneous and exciting and adventures na nangyayari sa mga buhay mo. Mas open ka doon kasi wala namang mawawala sa iyo eh. So in context, you become more courageous. You say fuck you. You become more, you say fuck you to your fears. Hindi ka natakot. Hindi ka natakot masaktan. Hindi ka natakot mawalan. So in return, you do anything that will make you happy. It becomes easier for you to do the things that will make you genuinely happy compared noon kasi natakot ka, baka ganito, baka I have too much to lose. When you understand that you have nothing to lose, you get a greater perception of yourself that you can do whatever the fuck you want that makes you happy. Period. Pag naintindihan mo na tangina, I only have one life and I have nothing to lose because I know what it feels like when I'm in rock bottom. So I know myself now. I know my worth now. And hindi ko na hayaan na masaktan ulit ako ganun. So, in return, I'll be able to pursue the things that will make me happy in the long run much, much easier compared nung hindi pa kasi nagsasangap ka sa mga standards and all this shit. right now, you know that you have fucking nothing to lose. So it becomes easier for you to face your fears face to face, and they fuck you to your fears and actually do that thing that will push you out of your comfort zone and will help you to become a better version of yourself. That's the second lesson that you can learn when you hit rock bottom. Now for the third one. Alam ko this one, I posted a quote on this on Instagram, and one reacted that he's really excited for it because he feels like he can relate to it. So here it goes. The third lesson that you can learn when you hit rock bottom is some of your friends aren't really your friends. You know, when you hit rock bottom, that's when you become your most vulnerable state. Mas nagiging vulnerable ka. And when you become more vulnerable, your insecurities will pop out. The flaws will become obvious. Yung mga pagkukulang mo, pagkakamali mo, yung mga, alam mo yun, yung mga pangit na tingin mo sa sarili mo, lalabas. And the first thing, syempre yung mga ayaw sa mga ganun, umaalis na agad. Diba? But there will be people that will stay in your life. But that doesn't necessarily mean that they're your friends. Right? Ito yung one harsh thing na natutunan ko when I hit rock bottom is that I have so many friends, right? So-called friends. I have so many so-called friends. But their motives when I became vulnerable, when I became, and when I hit my rock bottom, their motives were different. I realized that there are some people that stayed in my life when I was in rock bottom. I realized that there are some people who weirdly takes pride or becomes or boosts their ego in some way. I hindi ko pa rin maintindihan kung paano pero in some way weirdly when they see me in my most vulnerable state, they become more pleased with themselves. And the reason for that is because they're miserable. So some of the people that will stay in your life are miserable people, and they love seeing you in that state because miserable people loves company. That's just the main that's yun eh. When people are miserable, they want to see other people miserable or worse, more miserable than them, and they feel good about themselves. So when I was in my rock bottom, I can clearly see the people that will stay, but patago, ini-enjoy naman nila na parang okay lang yan, at least may kasama ako. Parang alam mo yun na hindi ka nila tutulungan na umalis dun sa rock bottom na yun. They will be with you when you are in your rock bottom phase. But the only reason that they are there because they love the company. They enjoy you being down there, so they will be there for you when you are in there. Gets nyo ba? On the other hand, you will realize na there are some people who tries to give you some harsh truth and harsh, tough love para ma-realize may mga dapat na ma-realize, para mapilitan kang ayusin yung sarili mo, para mapilitan kang mag-take ng decisions na matulungan kang mag-take ng decisions na kung saan ka talaga sasaya, hindi yung papatagalin lang yung mga paghihirap mo, yung stay mo dyan sa rock bottom mo. There will be some friends that will be there for you, and you can, ang weird nga makikita mo agad kung sino yung mga genuine na tao sa hindi. Pero pare-parehas sila ng ginagawa. They will be there for you, they will talk to you. Pero at one point, maintindihan mo na, okay, these are the genuine people and these aren't the genuine people. And it doesn't matter kung kahit gaano na kayo katagal na magkaibigan, things change, diba? And life happens, and dun mo lang makikita kung sino yung mga tao na dapat mong dalhin sa next chapter ng buhay mo. Yung mga taong genuine na may pakialam sa'yo, and those are your real friends. Some of you, yung iba, still your friends, right? And you don't need to cut them. Whatever. If you don't want to cut them, then don't. Pero when you realize that there are these really few people in your circle that you can call your friends, yun yung dali mo sa next chapter ng buhay mo. The genuine ones. Yun. Next. The fourth lesson that I've learned when I hit rock bottom is I'm not special. Ironically, this was the time that I realized my self-worth, my self-value, and I learned that I need to build this solid foundation on my self-esteem kasi self-esteem lang naman nagagaling yun eh. Pero ironically, when that became true, when I learned that I am enough, I realized that I'm not special. The world doesn't owe me anything. And if I want to be happy, then I got to ask to be happy and I got to work hard for me to be happy. Hindi yung dapat masaya ako eh. So, bakit hindi binibigay sa akin ng mundo itong kasiyahan na to? No, kung masaya ka, kung gusto mo maging masaya, kailangan paghirapan mo. I realized that when I was in my rock bottom, that I'm not special. I realized na the world will continue to revolve. The world will continue to move forward. Kahit mag-iiyak ako, kahit maglulumpasay ako, kahit 3 linggo ako mag-lock dito sa loob ng bahay namin, kahit wala akong kausapin, kahit magmukmuk ako, walang mangyayari. Kasi I'm not special. My emotions are just another emotion na nararamdaman ng human being. And mahirap makita yon when you're in your rock bottom kasi you feel like the whole world is against you. And yung bigat ng mundo nararamdaman mo sa balikat mo. I understand that. I fully understand that. Pero as you go forward, ma-realize mo na the world doesn't give a shit about me. Pangit pakinggan, masakit pakinggan, pero the world does not care about your feelings. And I learned that the hard way. Trust me. I expected na mabait naman akong tao eh. Wala naman akong ginagawang masama. I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm a good person. I give love and I'm genuine and I'm kind and all that shit. But the world doesn't care. The world doesn't give a shit if you're kind or anything. You want to be happy. The world doesn't owe you shit, right? So if you want to be happy, you gotta work hard for it. Hindi yung at some point natanggalan na ako ng parang sense of entitlement na mabait naman akong tao eh. Bakit dapat ganito, dapat ganyan? Hindi na ganun. Naramdaman ko na I'm not special. Okay. Narealize ko din na ibang tao hindi rin special. Nisip ko kasi sila in favor and luck. Mahal sila ng Diyos, mahal sila ng universe. Pero di pala. They're just working hard to be where what they want to be. Or they are asking or they're finding ways to be happy because they want to be happy. And I realized that I gotta do that for myself. Hindi bibigay sa akin yun ng mundo. Kailangan, gusto ko maging masaya, gagawin ko lahat para maging masaya ako. Dahil walang magbibigay sa akin, no? Hindi ko mahanap sa ibang tao yun. Again, it goes back to the self-esteem, pero all comes back to not be understanding that I'm not special. So I gotta ask for it. I gotta work for it. Hindi bibigay sa akin ng mundo to. It's fun. It's fun reminiscing. Sorry kung medyo nabablanko ako paminsan-minsan kasi binabalikan ko nga yung dark points in my life and na-realize ko na tayo, ang laki na ng pinagbago and I'm really happy na ang laki ng pinagbago. Pero, okay. The fifth lesson that you can learn when you hit rock bottom continues kung lang sa number 4 is the lesson that you can learn, the fifth lesson that you can learn when you hit rock bottom is self-love is the best love that you can receive. And I've talked about it in the number 4 that when you hit rock bottom and as you're moving forward, mas maintindihan mo na yung self-worth mo. Kailangan mo pala ng solid na self-esteem para maka-cope up sa mga daily challenges ng buhay. Right? And when I hit, it's raining. Can you hear that? It's raining, sorry. Pero it's raining here. Maulan na lately eh. Anyways, again, self-love is the best love that you can receive. And I grew up as someone who tries to look at this world at something that can give me happiness, that can show me love, that can show me kindness, and I expected that from the world. Pero hindi ko napansin na entitlement pala yun. And regardless, kahit na makuha ko yung love na yun na binibigay ng mundong to, ng ibang tao, eventually, hindi rin magsusuffice yun. Eventually, matatamaan ka na lang na hindi pala enough yun. Kahit mahalin ka ng 100,000,000 tao dito sa mundong to, kahit if you receive 1 million likes sa Instagram, if you get 1 million shares sa Facebook, if you get 1 million retweets sa Twitter, it won't matter unless you love yourself. Unless you take pride in yourself, unless you become happy with yourself. So the fifth lesson that I learned is the self-love is the best love that I can receive. Once I understood na I need to love myself in the best way that I can. Pasensya na yung ulan na. Pero, ayun nga. Once I understood that the best love is the self-love, natutunan kong mahalin yung sarili ko, it was so liberating. It was so good. It felt so good, and it felt so much more genuine kaysa sa mga binibigay ng mga tao sa paligid mo. Pag naintindihan mo na ikaw lang, yung pagmamahal mo sa sarili mo, yung pinakamasaya, pinakamasarap na ibigay na pagmamahal na pwede mong matanggap, you become unstoppable. You become fearless. You become independent. You are more, hindi ka na nakaasa sa ibang tao. Which in return, it becomes more productive for you. It becomes more efficient for you to do the things that you really want to do. You cope up with the challenges in life. When you understand that you can give yourself the love that you need in this world. When you understand that wala ka na kailangan hanapin pa. I'm not saying na hindi mo na kailangan ng ibang tao. No man is an island, diba? Pero mas masarap na makakuha mo yung pagmamahal ng ibang tao kapag mahal mo na yung sarili mo. You have big cup na pwedeng i-fill ng pagmamahal sa'yo. So, if yung kalahati na puno mo na ng sarili mo, kalahati na lang yung pwede mong kunin sa ibang tao. Pero, marirealize mo na sobrang dami na pala. Actually, kahit medyo punong-puno na, toppings na lang sa ibang tao. Add-ons na lang sa ibang tao. Mas ma-appreciate mo yung add-ons eh. Kapag puno na yung cup mo. Diba? Hindi mo naman ma-appreciate yung pagmamahal ng ibang tao kung ikaw nga hindi mo kaya mahalin yung sarili mo. Yun talaga yun. So, nung natutunan ko na self-love is the best love, I kept giving it all. Right? Paulit-ulit ko nang binigay sa sarili ko. Hindi ko na tinipid yung sarili ko sa pagmamahal na pwede ko ibigay sa sarili ko. And I'm really blessed na magte-23 na rin ako. It's my birthday tomorrow. And I'm really blessed na naintindihan ko to, na ako pala yung magbibigay dapat ng base na pagmamahal na dapat maramdaman ko as a person. And then there are these people around me that also gives me this genuine love that I am very, very happy that I receive. Kasi material things, experiences, it all goes away. Pero yung pagmamahal ng mga tao sa paligid mo and yung pagmamahal na binibigay mo sa sarili mo, that shit lasts forever. So, yeah. Well, I guess that's it. That's it for the podcast. Medyo hyped ako. Hindi ko alam kung dahil sa coffee or dahil sa topic. Pero I'm really hyped up about this. And I've spoke some good shit, good truths out here. Sana meron kayong natutunan. Kung meron pa kayong parang subtopic na gusto pang i-clarify, let me know kung ano yung bagay na gusto niya pang ma-discuss pa natin and mas mapalalim pa natin yung discussion. Let me know. Tweet me or follow me or DM me or whatever. I respond immediately. Kaya, ayun. Again, please, if you're going through a rough time in your life, take it day by day. It will get better. I promise you. I promise you. It's proven 100%. Walang mintis. It will get better. So, yun lang. Again, thank you so much for listening to my podcast. Yeah, I'm really happy with this podcast and I hope you are too. Yan, wala naman ako kailangan sabihin. Follow me on my Instagram, please. It's at Small Talk Podcast. I'm growing it to 3,000 or 4,000 na. Yun lang. Thank you so much and I hope that you enjoyed this. Talk to you guys next episode. Peace. Have a great life.